Well, I thought Colorado, first of all, did a great job. You know, they played with an amazing amount of energy in an overtime game the other night. And for them to be able to respond as quickly as they did and be ready for today's tip-off at noon and come ready to play with confidence and energy, I think says a lot about them as a team and as a program. McKinley Wright is one of the most impressive guards that we've faced. You know, my brother recruited him. He has to be one of the dumbest coaches in college basketball to not have him as part of his program. But that's to Colorado's benefit, and he's made such a big difference in their team. His attitude, he does it on defense, 10 assists, physically big and strong. It's like he's an upperclassman. So I was really impressed with him. And, you know, George King, watched George develop, and, you know, he's one of those guys that represent college basketball in such a good way. Senior, paid his dues, and plays hard, always has. And I thought, you know, those two guys, Collier, another older guy, had a good game today, but, you know, I credit them. And then their freshman big guy, who they don't really depend on a lot on scoring, he was just really ready for the game, and, you know, 7 for 7 from the floor. Again, that's a big reason why they won. So, you know, I credit Colorado. They had a good crowd. They played hard, played with a lot of energy. You know, we tried a little bit harder in the second half. You know, we didn't give effort. And, you know, sometimes, you know, you lose and all of a sudden the coach, he starts blaming the players. That's the furthest thing from what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to take all the responsibility. When you have a team like ours and, you know, you win a game like we did in Salt Lake City with such a quick turnaround on a road trip like this, you know, it's your job to have your team ready. And I did a terrible job of having our team ready. We weren't ready. We didn't play with any emotion, any togetherness. And, you know, I didn't know really what button to push other than maybe just don't play the guys who aren't playing hard. But we played with more energy in the second half, and, you know, I'm at least happy for the fans, our fans that traveled here. At least they saw, you know, 20 minutes of us playing for Arizona, because the first half we were disconnected. We didn't play with a lot of energy. That's on me. And we were playing against a team that did a great job. You know, Colorado took a different approach offensively. You know, they play really fast, shoot quick, thrive in transition, do a great job on the offensive glass, and they generally put the ball in the middle of the floor and give it to McKinley Wright and allow him to make others better. In the first half and really throughout the game, they moved. They were running their motion, and I think once they saw that our guys were struggling, they stayed with it. So they were more deliberate, and but we had a lot to do with that as well. You know, you always want your team to play for you as the coach, you know, and you know, our guys, man, they really struggle playing for me. They really do, and we'll see where we go from here.
What do you mean by that exactly? Just
I can't get them to play hard. I really can't. We do it for a while. We do it in games. And I know we've had a win streak, but we also have a good team. We have a lot of talent. You know, a lot of times our offense can get us to the finish line, but you have to be able to play both offense and defense. And, you know, any really good team or good program, great program, you're going to have those days where the ball doesn't go in, but you rely on your effort and your togetherness and maybe your defense to keep you in the game. You know, with our team, man, it's really hard to get our guys to run as fast as they can, and that's not them. That's me. That's me. I have a hard time, you know, reaching our guys. I can only go on what I know of effort. You know, when your team's really trying, giving everything they have, and if they make mistakes, they miss shots. Sometimes your execution isn't well, and sometimes, and I'm sorry, it happened today. You're playing against a team that's doing a great job, so you have to give them credit. But with our credit that we give Colorado, you know, this team, man, I can't reach them. I really can't. Obviously, when that's the case, that falls on you. You know, we have to see if we can fix it, because, you know, we have a long road ahead of us, and a lot of games, a lot of tough games on the road, and it doesn't get easier. You know, our last game was really difficult, tough. This game is tough. You know, the next game's going to be tough. I think Oregon State's coming off a big win, so we don't just overwhelm you 1 through 10 or 11. Believe it or not, we have to play hard play with confidence, play together like a lot of great teams or a lot of teams do in this country. And, you know, that's really missing with our team.